As a blind woodworker, there are some things that I do different, like measuring, but mostly it's just the same as usual. Here I am using a miter saw to cut the pieces, and yes, I still use safety glasses so I don't get hurt. Poke yourself in the eye when your eyes are closed and you'll see what I mean. Here I am sanding the pieces flat with my big belt sander I like to call Colonel Sanders. I also use the planer. It's another way to get it nice and flat. Since I'm using multiple boards to make a big block, I have to glue them all together. One of the trickiest parts about gluing is making sure the boards are perfectly flat. Eventually, this will turn into a big block of wood that I'm going to turn into a big salad bowl. I'm using 3-inch thick pieces of black walnut along with 1-inch thick pieces of yellow heart. Here is the block after the glue was dry. It's also known as a blank. Now I'm cutting the corners off because it makes it much easier to turn it that way. Turning is a term used for working on the lathe. Colonel Sanders also helps me sharpen my chisels. Now comes my favorite part. I take the chisel and I put it on the tool rest, and then I run the chisel back and forth across the surface of the wood while it spins, and that is how I carve it round. Then I use various types of chisels so that I can make all the different shapes. Also, I have particular chisels I like to use when I hollow the bowl out. That's when I'm scooping out the middle. And on a bowl like this, you need a big chisel. Now time for sanding, which isn't so bad when you've got a power tool to help you. I start with 40 grit emery cloth, and then I use 220 grit sandpaper, and then I finish it off with 600 grit. After it has been sanded, it's time to put the wax on to preserve the wood. This is a mix of beeswax, carnauba wax, orange, lemon, and mineral oil. First, I apply the wax by hand to make sure it's spread very evenly, and then I use a cloth and turn it on because that makes the wax penetrate the wood better. I love woodworking because I can take a pile of boards and turn it into a piece of art like this.